So this is viewer question number 2, and this is actually a really good question. The guy says, hello mate, just watched your review on the Noctua NF-F12 PWM, and I know you said it's really only good as a radiator / heatsink fan, but I wanted to use it as a case fan, and the reason I looked at this fan over the NF-P12 is, and then he goes on to say 2 reasons. And I'm going to start off with the reason, which is price. He says the NF-F12 is £8 cheaper than the NF-P12. Now, where I'm standing, there is around 30p difference, so I'm not quite sure where you are to be looking at fans where they're suddenly £8 different. But if they are, then and you seem to be conscious about the price of the fan, then definitely, you know, if you don't think it's worth spending £8 more, then don't spend £8 more. I can't really say spend £8 more, because at the end of the day the price is your decision. If you want to spend £8 more, then you can, and I can tell you why you should spend £8 more, or why maybe you don't want to spend £8 more, and I'll get onto that in a second. But really, whether you want to spend that much is your decision. And the other reason you said was, my fans will be sitting in front of the full hard drive cages, so I would think that the more focused airflow would be better, so more gets through. Now, you've got to remember that the fans are on the inside of the case, so this is the front of the case. The fans are on the inside of the case. They're pulling air from outside the case. I don't know if you can see this. They're pulling air from the outside of the case and pulling it in. So it is already in the case. You say so more gets through. The air it's already in the case, and it will already be moving around the case anyway, whether you have a more focused airflow or not. What I'm guessing you mean is through the hard drives. Now all that will do is cool the hard drives more. Now hard drives are a funny thing. If they're too cold, they don't perform as well, and they don't really get too hot unless your whole system is boiling hot and it's dying out, and then you should probably replace your whole case and not the fans. So really, having the F12 and more focused airflow isn't gonna help the system heat. It's not really going to make a difference to your system. It's going to make a difference to the temperature of the hard drives specifically. And if that's a big deal to you, if you want the hard drives to run cooler, which, like I said, doesn't really benefit and can actually be negative, then go ahead. But also, what I wanted to talk about is the noise levels of the difference between the two fans. Already the F12 is louder than the P12, so if you're willing to have a louder case overall, a louder system overall, then go ahead. But also, hard drives aren't aerodynamic, they're blocks of metal, and if you're going to push more air into them specifically with the more focused airflow, they're going to be hitting off the hard drives on the parts that aren't going in between them, and that's going to create more noise on its own. So you've got the louder fan, and you've got the air created by having more air being pushed into the hard drives. So overall the F12 is going to be quite a bit louder than getting a P12. So the main question that you've got to ask yourself is, do I specifically want the hard drives to be cooler? Or do I just want a fan there so that the system is cooler in general? Remembering that both fans push through the same amount of air, the F12 is just more focused. So really, if you want it to be quiet and the whole system overall be cooler, then get the P12. If you want it to, if you're not bothered about noise and you want the whole system to be cooler, but the hard drive to be specifically cooled, then go with the F12. Really, the only benefit of getting the F12 is your hard drives will probably be cooler, but your system will be louder. So really, that's the question I'm going to leave you with, because I've given you my opinions, and now I'm giving you a question to ask yourself so that you can make your own opinion and make your own decision. I'm not going to say go and do this, because I can't, because that would be mean. And you probably wouldn't listen to me. So yes, that is my opinions, my thoughts on that specific situation, and my thoughts on case fans in general. Don't forget to, if anyone has any questions to ask themselves, go over to the website. There's a specific section on that website to ask questions. Don't forget to subscribe to the main channel, which is out where all the reviews are, which both will be linked to below, the website and the review channel. But yeah, other than that, I'm Hal Thompson. Don't forget to subscribe, comment your own opinions on the situation. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe, comment, do whatever you want to do, and have a nice day.